Hi, this is Jeff of Jeff's Life. We're going to show how to make sweet tea. First, we need to clean the tea pitcher out. Dump the excess water that's in there out. Um, put some of your dish soap. Do not put any other type of soap in there but dish soap. Next, you're going to take a scrub brush or whatever kind of scrubber you use, and you're going to scrub inside there. Scrub where the spigot is, where the spout is. Sorry. You're going to scrub that whole entire thing, inside and outside. Make sure it's nice and clean. When you're done scrubbing, make sure to thoroughly rinse it. Use hot water. And if you're younger than 13, add a little bit of cool water to the hot water to make it warm enough for you. That's the soap going in. I add a little bit there. Maybe it might be a little bit too much, but I add a little bit in there. Okay, and that's it washed already. I can't really show you how I scrub it. This is it completely rinsed out. Make sure it's thoroughly rinsed. See that area? That's where the steam is going to come out. That little hole right there. That steam, once it comes out fast enough, it's going to start whistling. Put the lid on there firmly until it clicks. Turn the stove on. The stove top, I mean. I keep saying stove. Turn that stove top on. Here's where I'm going to add sugar. You can add any kind of sweetener you want to add. You can add stevia, you can add sweet and low. Here I'm adding 2 cups of sugar. The reason why, it's because of request. Somebody had requested to me to add 2 cups of sugar. Some of the people that I know sometimes come over to the house, and they they drink the tea and stuff like that, and well, they like their tea sweet. So add your 2 cups of sweetener or sugar. That's the tea bags. As I said before, you're going to add 6 of those small ones, 4 of the family size ones, and 1 of the gallon size. Don't pay attention to my fingers there. That's just part of a 3-step process. Cleaning, making sure the tea kettle is clean. That tea kettle right there. You might have a different tea kettle. Make sure that tea kettle is nice and clean. Even on the first run, see how that looks? That's all lit up. It might look nice, but be extremely careful. That little area right there is very, very, very hot. Steam coming out of that thing is going to be hot too. That water is going to start to boil inside that thing, and it can be like 130 plus degrees Fahrenheit, of course. And that's where you're going to, of course, I pick it up like that and pour it in there. But be very careful. You're messing with a area that is going to be very hot. Now, I add 6 tea bags. Those are the small tea bags. The reason why I'm adding those 6 of those ones, well, because If you add 4, it's going to be too weak. If you add 8, it's going to be too strong. Adding 6 will make it just right, just like the family size tea bags. You add only 2, that's going to be too weak. You add 4, that's going to be just right. You add 6 or 8, that's going to be too strong. That's like the gallon tea bags. You add 1, that's going to be perfectly fine. You add 2, 3, 4, and so on, that's going to be too strong. As you can see here, steam is starting to come out. You can barely see it, but you can see it. Now, be very careful. That area is pretty hot, too. Excuse me. A little bit tired. Okay, so as you can see here, steam is coming out of that tea pitcher. Be very careful pouring that in there. Why? Sometimes it can splash back on you. If it splashes back on you, then I warn you, it's going to be very hot coming out of there, coming out of the tea kettle. Let those tea bags steep in there. As you can see, I've only got it filled halfway full. Why? Well, because you don't need to add too much more. And that's where the magic happens, so to speak, when it comes to those tea bags. I'm going to take the lid off of there. We're going to drip the tea bags. Now, you can also squeeze those tea bags, but be careful because those tea bags, once they soak in that hot water, they're going to be a little bit more fragile. And that's the spoon that I'm going to use to stir the tea. Because now the tea flavoring that's in those bags have steeped long enough into that water. That water was nice and hot. As you can see here, I'm stirring it. The reason why is because there was excess sugar on the bottom of the tea pitcher there. You want to stir it to dissolve that sugar completely. Next, I'm adding cold water, and the reason why I'm adding cold water is to shock it to cool it down. Stir it a little bit, and the reason why you want to stir it is to incorporate the cold water into the tea, make it, stir in the cold water into the tea. And that's pretty much how you make sweet tea. We're going to add the lid and put the whole thing in the refrigerator. Keep it cold overnight. Anyways, this is Jeff of Jeff's Life saying thank you for watching this video.